power play and it all being mandatory into 3 different segments, he tries to bat time now, and he knows that if he's there at the 30 over mark, Ireland will be very much in a position where they may be able to pull off the unimaginable and chase down this total.
There's still a long way to go, so you really don't want to get carried over, because as a batter, you're up against also, you have mentioned about the surface, a good pitch to bat on, but you're up against some quality bowling. Even if he goes down the wicket, that's not Paul Sterling, that's Dhani. Goes down the wicket, getting the inside part of the bat. So it's not easy. So shot selections will be important, especially for Paul Sterling, who's got more than 5,000 runs in ODIs. So he has to play the leading role. He is your best batter, isn't he?
Yeah, I think most would agree with that from an Irish perspective. And that's why he's so in demand. We heard the number of sides that he's played for around the world from HD Ackerman earlier. But with that quality comes additional responsibility at the top of the order. That's why he's taking more and more time to establish himself at the crease and then try to cash in.
And he would need support from the others. Dhani has only made 10 of 25 deliveries. So that just might tell on Paul Sterling. It will create a bit of a pressure, because the required run rate has just crept up. It's gone above 7 runs in an over. It's fine. It's a cautious start, just getting used to the conditions. That's the challenge for Ireland.
End of the 9th over, a tight one, just 2 singles from it, 36 for none. Gorgeous shots of the night sky. That is where the game is at. Bangladesh have posted a quite brilliant historic total for them, their best ever in one-day international cricket, 338, as they continue to excel in this format. There are 2 of Ireland's options for the rest of this series. Young Matthew Humphreys on the left and Ben White on the right. Humphreys, a left-arm spinner who was excellent in the Under-19 World Cup out in the Caribbean, and White on the right. Dhani down the track. Beautiful. 6 all the way, hitting with the spin. A good extension of the arms, and there's been shades of Kane Williamson from this young man there. The descriptions back in Irish cricket. Gorgeous stroke.
Yeah, he tried to went down the wicket a couple of occasions, but that is a beauty. Dancing down the pitch, go to the pitch with the delivery, and then lovely follow through. And he's done the distance 69.
Assalamualaikum dear viewers.
Always nice to pick up a boundary. He's picked up a 6 of the first ball.
যারা যারা আমার এই চ্যানেল থেকে খেলা দেখছেন, প্লিজ সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিবেন পেজটা।
Dhani has had to wait so long.
প্লিজ যারা যারা খেলা দেখছেন আমার এই চ্যানেলটাকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিবেন প্লিজ।
Mid wicket. Ireland had 15 T20Is in preparation for the T20 World Cup last year. Dhani was in the squad for almost all of them. He carried the drinks for the entire summer and also at the World Cup, including in one game where he was told he would debut, but then it was rain shortened against Afghanistan, and then he didn't end up playing. He did finally make his international debut, senior international debut down in Harare. He's just starting to show why he has so much promise. 2 boundaries in the over of one of the best bowlers in the world. First 6 through the offside, now a sweep for 4 through the leg.
Yeah, it's the slog sweep, because he's hit that in front of the square. There is a feeler at square, deep square leg. And that's so good about this shot. Placement has been perfect. Very good shot, Yella. I just have a Look at that shot. It is over the top of that fielder at mid wicket. That's a cracking shot. Now the fielder at deep square leg comes towards the mid wicket area, and the fielder at long on comes inside the circle. Long off back.
Keys 14 off the over
For Ireland.
Really good batting. 15 runs coming from the over. Doheny catches his strike rate up at the end of the first power play. Ireland 51 for none. End of power play 1 into power play 2. What that means is that the fielding captain, Sami Iqbal, can now utilise 4 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. And with the change of those restrictions, he's going to bring in his 5th bowler, Abadat Hussain, who has 13 wickets in his short ODI career. Someone who's really shone in Test cricket in particular. Strong bowler with a good action, and maybe just a few signs through this power play. Ireland very cautious to start with, Attar. They are growing in confidence. They're adjusting to the conditions. They did have that moment of fortune where it was initially given out and rightly reviewed. Full Sterling review, always worthwhile. A couple of maximums, one to Sterling, one to Doheny. Some good strokes, particularly from that 10th over where Doheny took 15 from Shakib Al-Hassan. That will fill him full of confidence. Good opening partnership for Ireland, this.
Excellent. Very good from the opening pair. Upish has gone to the boundary. Now all of a sudden they started to pick up boundaries, which just releases the pressure. Remember, he didn't get off earlier when he was struggling to rotate strike, and all of a sudden after that 15 runs in that over, that's very close, very, very close indeed. I think it's Nazmul and Shanto. Not an easy take, would have been a brilliant one. They've gone past him and has gone to the boundary. And all of a sudden, Doheny has raced toward a 29 of just 33. That was a terrific start for Ireland. Bangladesh looking to break this opening partnership.
Very, very deep Irish batting lineup. I spoke at length in the first innings about just how shy and depleted the bowling stocks were, but it's quite to the contrary in the batting. Mark Adair has batted as high as number 6 or number 7 at times. He's listed on this lineup in 11. Harry Tector averaging more than 50, the class of Andrew Balbirnie in at 3, and also the flexibility in the middle order. 4 more here, surely. Sliced away. Doheny now enjoying the pace on the ball as well. And this is a partnership really growing.
Yeah, he took his time and now getting used to these conditions, understanding the fact what the surface is offering. He's making room and time, really having a really good go at it. That's a top edge, but it'll fetch him another boundary. So dealing in boundaries now, he's got 4 4s and a 6. So as a batter, when you get used to the conditions, then you can play quite a lot of shots, and he's exactly doing that.
He's working the ball to all parts of the ground. The reason there's been comparisons to Kane Williamson, more than 1 or 2, is that style that he has to manipulate the ball to all parts of the ground. It's very composed. Made 84 from 111 in just his second one international. That was against Zimbabwe. And so many have thought so much of him. He's a product of an incredible youth structure through the Rush Cricket Club in North County Dublin. That's where Owen Morgan started his career. They've had a huge focus on youth cricket for so long, and it's just another one coming through their ranks to play for Ireland. Into the 11th over, 9 runs from it, 60 for none.
ভাই চ্যানেলটা প্লিজ সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিন ভাই যারা যারা দেখছেন প্লিজ সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিন চ্যানেলটা ভাই প্লিজ
Ahead of Bangladesh, that green worm just squirming ahead of the red one, and critically no blobs yet, no dots indicating wickets, as Doheny in particular has dominated the last 3 or 4 overs and started to excel. Interestingly, despite the 15 runs from the second over of Shakib Al-Hassan, Turnip is going to keep his star all-rounder on. Will Doheny continue to attack despite the fact that there are now 4 fielders outside the circle, 2 on either side of the wicket? Deep backward square and deep mid-wicket in place on the leg side, and then on the off side we have long off and a cover sweeper. No slip in place. Bangladesh somewhat atar, a little bit on the defensive, no signs of extravagant turn. Just as I say that, Shakib Al-Hassan strikes a definite edge, a really good take. It's Al-Hassan, it's Rahim, it's the old duo doing it again.
Now you got to give credit to Tamim Iqbal, the skipper, to keep him on. 15 runs in the previous over, dot to start with, and then a bit quicker edges to the keeper. Lovely delivery from Shakib Al-Hassan. You really can't keep him away from the game. He's a cool customer and he'll trouble the batters over and over again. Gone for 34, 60 for 1.
The Irish captain, Andrew Balbirnie, at number 3. Fine ODI player. Many of these Irish players take a long time to come into international cricket in terms of growing their averages, their consistency, their run scoring. Balbirnie was no different. Took a long time to get going, but himself and Sterling, probably 2 Ireland's best batters at the crease now. You can see here a thick outside edge. Doheny walked. There was no decision for the umpire to make. A really good catch from Mushfiqur Rahim.
I think what he was trying to do is try to guide it towards the slip scoring, because there was no slip in place. Lovely catch behind the stumps from Mushfiqur Rahim. Because he had played really nicely in front. Couple of sixes, couple of boundaries. Then he tried to be a little bit cheeky. Look, there's no slip in place. And he's trying to guide it away. It's a bit quicker. And the ball does the rest. Pick up his first runs off the mark with a single. And what an over. A wicket in that for Shakib Al-Hassan. Ireland 61 for 1.